Strong Fist. Strong Fist is one of the most iconic and straightforward taijutsu styles in Naruto. It's all about direct combat, focusing purely on physical strength. Basically, you punch me, I block it, and kick you back just as hard. That's the vibe. The 8 gates technique also falls under this style. And yeah, that's the highest level you can reach with it. This style stands in clear contrast to the gentle fist used by the Hyuga clan, where ninjas gently tap pressure points to shut down your chakra system and mess up your organs. While gentle fist is all about precision and internal damage, strong fist is pure power and toughness, something you'll see clearly in fighters like Rock Lee and Might Guy. Strong fist focuses on external damage. The goal is simple: break the enemy's body from the outside using punches and kicks. Users of strong fist usually go through insane training to boost their speed and endurance. Think of Rock Lee wearing heavy ankle weights all day, or doing thousands of punches non-stop. The cool thing about strong fist is that it looks simple, but it's super intense. Every hit pushes the user's physical limits. When combined with the 8 gates technique, strong fist becomes next level. It lets the user break through the body's natural limits. Might Guy proved this when he opened the 8th gate to fight Madara Uchiha. His attacks bent space and nearly took down one of the strongest ninjas ever, even though it almost cost him his life. By the way, we already made a full video about the 8 gates, so if you're curious, feel free to check it out on the channel. Overall, strong fist doesn't rely too much on chakra. That's what makes it perfect for ninjas who have low chakra levels, or can't use chakra-based techniques, like Rock Lee, who can't use ninjutsu or genjutsu at all. This also makes strong fist a great counter against enemies who can absorb or seal chakra. Even if you're cut off from your chakra, you can still fight with pure physical strength. Strong fist is all about overwhelming the opponent with non-stop pressure. It forces them to stay on the defensive and gives them no room to breathe. A perfect example was Rock Lee versus Gaara during the Chunin exams. Even though Gaara had an automatic sand shield, Lee's insane speed and strength pushed him into a corner like never before. But here's the catch. Because strong fist is all about trading blow for blow, the user heavily depends on their physical condition. If they get tired or injured, their fighting ability drops big time. Just look at what happened to Rock Lee after he opened the 5th gate against Gaara. He was temporarily disabled and almost couldn't continue being a ninja. The biggest weakness of strong fist is that it's not for the weak or the lazy. This fighting style demands you to be at your absolute peak all the time. If you're not in top shape, your moves can become predictable, and that's when your opponent takes you down. Interesting, right? Here, we don't just watch anime, we live every character, every story, every emotion. Don't miss out on exclusive content and fresh takes you won't find anywhere else. Hit that subscribe button now and become part of the most passionate and creative anime community out there. Thanks for the support. This journey wouldn't be the same without you. Next, gentle fist. If strong fist is like a blazing fire, then gentle fist is more like calm water, soft and quiet, but strong enough to cut through stone. Gentle fist is the signature taijutsu style of the Hyuga clan, one of the oldest and most respected noble families in the Hidden Leaf Village. This style is the result of hundreds of years of training and study. It's built on deep knowledge of the human body and the flow of chakra. Don't let the name gentle fist fool you. This style is not weak. What makes it special is its ability to deal internal damage. Instead of focusing on the outside, gentle fist targets your chakra system and internal organs. The user injects small amounts of their chakra into the opponent's body with precise touches. These touches mess with the chakra flow and hurt vital organs from the inside. To pull this off, the user relies on the Byakugan, a special eye technique unique to the Hyuga clan. The Byakugan lets them see inside your body and detect all 361 Tenketsu points, basically the chakra pressure points. With the Byakugan, a Hyuga ninja can see even the tiniest chakra pathways in your body, and with just one touch, they can block your chakra or destroy your insides. The movements in gentle fist look soft and graceful, like a dance, but behind that elegance is extreme precision and powerful control. It's not just about how it looks, it's about hitting the exact spot that'll shut you down from the inside. Gentle fist's biggest strength is its ability to shut down an opponent without leaving any big injuries on the outside. Instead of bruises or broken bones, it attacks your chakra system, basically turning off your ninjutsu. and Genjutsu. That's a huge advantage against enemies who rely heavily on chakra to fight. A perfect example is the Chunin exams match between Neji and Hinata. Neji slowly blocked Hinata's chakra points one by one, making it harder and harder for her to keep fighting. Gentle Fist also has an amazing defense move called Kaiten. This technique lets the user spin and release chakra all around their body, creating a powerful dome that pushes enemies back and can even hurt them in the process. It's like a personal tornado made of chakra. Pretty cool, right? But yeah, no style is perfect. Gentle Fist has its weak points too. First, it totally depends on the Byakugan. Without that special eye, the user can't see the chakra points clearly, which makes the style way less effective. That's why only certain members of the Hyuga clan can truly master it. Most of the others, especially those from the branch family, can't reach that level because their Byakugan isn't as powerful. Another weakness is that it struggles against raw power or enemies with massive chakra reserves. Like in Neji's fight with Naruto, Neji blocked most of Naruto's chakra points, but Naruto used the Nine-Tails chakra and kept going. In the end, Neji got beat. Also, Gentle Fist is a close-range style. You gotta get real close to your enemy to land those precise hits. So if you're fighting someone who attacks from far away, like Pain did when he fought Hinata, it's tough to do much. Gentle Fist is graceful, precise, and deadly in the right hands. But it needs space, time, and good positioning to work. And in the chaos of battle, you don't always get that luxury. Wrestling style. Have you ever seen a ninja turn a fight into a wrestling match? That's exactly what the wrestling style in Naruto is all about. A raw, powerful kind of taijutsu where pure strength speaks louder than fancy techniques. Unlike Strong Fist, which mixes attack and defense with fast, flowing moves, or Gentle Fist, which targets chakra points with precision. Wrestling style is all about body slams, grapples, and bone-crushing moves like the lariat. This style is usually used by big buff ninjas or those with enhanced physical abilities. Basically, they're walking tanks on the battlefield. The cool thing about wrestling style is straight up. No need for fancy chakra control or tricky techniques. Just raw, unstoppable power smashing through enemies. Wrestling style focuses almost completely on overpowering the opponent. It uses holds, takedowns, and straight-up brute force to pin enemies until they can't move. The techniques are simple, but crazy effective. Like the lariat, a full-speed shoulder slam that can knock out even the toughest opponents. Just ask the fourth Raikage. That man hits like a freight train. This fighting style gets way more dangerous when combined with physical enhancement jutsu. Think Baika no Jutsu from the Akimichi clan. It lets them grow huge, like giant huge. Or the lightning release armor used by the Raikage, which boosts his speed and strength to almost god-tier levels. This style doesn't care about elegance. It just wants to crush the enemy, and crush them fast. That brute but badass vibe is what makes wrestling style such a scary force. The biggest strength here is pure overwhelming power. One lariat from the Raikage, or a body slam from Choji in Chobaikia mode, can end a fight in seconds. Remember how Choji flattened Ido Kakuzu like a pancake? Or when the fourth Raikage almost sliced Sasuke in half? He would have too, if it wasn't for Susanoo. And don't forget durability. These guys can take a beating and still keep coming. They're built different. Wrestling style is also deadly in tight spaces. If the enemy has nowhere to dodge, it's game over once you're in grabbing range. But hey, even Muscle Mountains have weak spots. The biggest drawback is lack of flexibility. These moves are powerful but can be predictable. But he says, quick, agile opponents can dodge and counter if they see it coming. Also, this style relies a lot on stamina. If the user runs out of energy, or if their power-up wears off, like Choji after using the red chili pill, they're in big trouble, sometimes even life-threatening trouble. And yeah, wrestling style struggles against long-range ninjutsu or genjutsu. It shines in close combat, but if you can't get close, you're just a big target. Nintaijutsu. Now this next style fixes a lot of the problems we just talked about. Enter Nintaijutsu, or high-speed taijutsu. This is a super unique fighting style developed and perfected by the Raikage across generations in the Hidden Cloud Village. The main idea behind Nintaijutsu is simple but genius. Cover your whole body with lightning release chakra. That's what creates that glowing blue lightning armor. It seriously boosts your speed and power, like crazy fast. The fourth Raikage, A, took this style to the next level. He used lightning chakra not only to make his attacks stronger, but to supercharge his nervous system. Basically, it lets the brain send signals to the muscles way faster than normal. So when he wants to punch, his body moves instantly. No delay, no wind-up. Just bam, straight to the face. That's the lightning straight for you. Ultra-fast punches and kicks that hit the moment he thinks about them. It's the perfect blend of Taijutsu and Ninjutsu. Speed is everything, and one perfect strike at the right moment can end any fight. The undeniable advantage of lightning straight is its superhuman speed. During the 5 Kage Summit, the 4th Raikage proved that this style could even beat the perception abilities of the Sharingan. Sasuke, even with his Sharingan activated, couldn't keep up with Raikage's speed and almost lost his life, if not for Susanoo stepping in to protect him. That's how fast this style is. Another key strength is raw power. A single lightning straight punch can break through almost any defense. We saw that when Raikage literally shattered Susanoo's ribcage with a punch. The ability to close the distance quickly is also a huge strategic advantage, especially against ninja who rely on long-range ninjutsu or need time to set up their moves. In his fight with Madara, Raikage was able to cover a massive distance in an instant, attacking before Madara could even finish his hand seals. That's the power of one of the fastest ninjas alive, second only to Minato, thanks to his Flying Thunder God technique. The combination of speed and strength creates an insane amount of pressure on the opponent, forcing them to focus solely on defense instead of counterattacking. Even Sasuke, a battle genius, had to keep dodging and defending against Raikage's attacks. But just like a lightning strike, this style has some clear weaknesses. Maintaining the lightning release armor and super speed uses up a lot of chakra, so it's not ideal for long battles unless the user has an endless supply of chakra. This is why Raikage is so physically massive and has such a huge chakra reserve, essential to keeping this style going throughout a fight. Lightning straight can also be countered by opponents who are just as fast or faster. For example, Minato could easily dodge Raikage's attacks using Flying Thunder God. A fast or smart enough opponent could turn speed into a weakness for this style, forcing the user to constantly adapt or combine it with other techniques to make up for it. Super strength. What do you think brutal strength is? In the world of Naruto, super strength completely redefines that concept. This isn't just normal muscle power like in wrestling style. It's the art of channeling chakra into your muscles to achieve power that far exceeds the limits of biology. This Taijutsu style turns the user into a wrecking machine, able to smash the ground with a single punch, lift objects many times heavier than their own body, or destroy entire buildings with just a single hit. The special thing about super strength is that it doesn't require a massive body. Even a small kunoichi like Sakura can create destructive power. The key feature of super strength that sets it apart from other taijutsu styles is the perfect combination of precise chakra control and pure taijutsu. The user must gather a precise amount of chakra into their muscles and then release it at the exact moment of impact, creating explosive strength with devastating results. Tsunade explained to Sakura that this isn't just about pumping chakra into your muscles. It's a technique that requires extreme precision with timing and chakra control. That's why this style is typically used by ninja with excellent chakra control skills, especially medical ninjas. This is the style of those who don't need to dodge. They smash everything in their path with their bare hands and explosive chakra. Users often apply this strength to their surroundings, like creating huge craters to unbalance their opponents, lifting and throwing giant objects like weapons, or sometimes simply punching the opponent with enough force to destroy their body in a single hit. Destructive power is the obvious advantage of super strength. During her fight with Madara, Tsunade showed this terrifying power when she punched through an incomplete Susanoo, the Uchiha clan's strongest defense technique. A super strong ninja makes you feel small, like the whole world is shaking beneath their feet. That's why Tsunade and Sakura, even without any Kekkei Genkai or special genetic techniques, are still fearsome warriors on the battlefield. But even though it's godlike strength, this style has some major weaknesses. The most obvious drawback is the huge chakra cost. To maintain superhuman strength throughout a fight takes a lot of chakra. This makes the style not ideal for long battles unless the user has a massive chakra reserve, like Tsunade with her Byakugo seal. Kenjutsu. Kenjutsu isn't just a branch of taijutsu, it's a classic martial art centered around the sword. It blends the weapon with the user's body to create precise, fast, and deadly attacks. This is one of the most respected and developed fighting styles in many regions of the Naruto world. The core of Kenjutsu is making the sword feel like a natural part of the warrior's body. Users focus on sword skills, whether it's a traditional katana, a large blade like Kubikiri Bocho, or a tanto, a weapon used by Anbu, combined with fluid body movements to create lethal attacks. Unlike other taijutsu styles that focus purely on the body, Kenjutsu requires perfect coordination between hands, eyes, and the weapon, turning the sword into an extraordinary cutting edge. This style shines through techniques like Iaido, used by Mifune, which is about drawing and cutting with the sword in the blink of an eye, or how Sasuke adds lightning release to his Kusanagi sword to enhance its cutting power. Many ninjas even create their own unique variations, like how Killer Bee uses 7 swords at different spots on his body. The most notable power of Kenjutsu is its ability to deal extreme damage. A sword in the hands of a Kenjutsu master can easily pierce through regular defenses. Its flexibility in attack range is also a huge advantage. Users can strike effectively in both close and medium range, even extending their reach with chakra techniques, like Sasuke's Chidori Sharp Spear. This style is incredibly flexible and impressive. In the battle against Team Taka, Bee used 7 swords at once to completely overwhelm Sasuke. Mifune showed the pure power of Kenjutsu when he injured and even cut through Ito Hanzo's scythe, proving that sometimes basic swordsmanship can beat even the most complex ninja techniques. The biggest drawback of this style is its reliance on weapons. If a warrior only uses a sword, losing it means a huge drop in their fighting effectiveness. Imagine 7 swords without any swords. Kenjutsu also requires a lot of skill and training time. No one becomes Mifune after just a few months of practice. This is why only a few ninjas can truly master this style. This style also struggles against opponents with superior strength or special defenses. Madara's Susanoo easily blocks sword attacks, and even Sasuke had to add Chidori to his Kusanagi sword to improve its piercing power. The balance between risk and precision is what makes this style interesting, forcing users to constantly improve and adapt. Drunken Fist. You might think being drunk just makes people stumble, right? But for Rock Lee, that's when he pulls out Drunken Fist, a chaotic but unique Taijutsu style. Unlike his usual disciplined strong fist style, Drunken Fist only shows up when he accidentally drinks alcohol, turning a serious, organized ninja into a wild fighter with unpredictable moves. The first time we saw this style was in his life or death battle against Kimimaro, and it left both his friends and enemies shocked by how he combined a seemingly disadvantageous state with impressive fighting ability. Well, sometimes chaos has its own value in battle. When Lee drinks, his movements become wobbly, disorganized, and seem random, but that's exactly what makes his attacks unpredictable. Although it's still based on the solid taijutsu Lee trained in with Might Guy, the moves in Drunken Fist come from instinct and natural reflexes. In this state, Lee moves in strange postures, sometimes leaning at angles that seem impossible to balance, creating attack angles his opponent can't foresee. In his fight with Kimimaro, a highly analytical fighter, even Kimimaro couldn't predict Lee's next move. So even ninja with abilities to read movements, like those with the Sharingan, will struggle against this style because it's impossible to predict the next move when even the user doesn't know what they're doing. In his fight with Kimimaro, who was one of the top warriors from the Sound Village with excellent combat and analytical skills, Kimimaro still got confused by Lee's spontaneous movements. Unlike other taijutsu styles that can be figured out after a few encounters, Drunken Fist keeps its element of surprise even if the opponent has seen it before, because every time Lee gets drunk, it's a different version of the style. Even though it's effective, Drunken Fist has its clear drawbacks. The biggest weakness is the reliance on alcohol. Lee can't activate this style on command. He has to drink first, which is hard to control in real combat situations. Plus, this style makes it hard for the user to focus on long-term strategy or teamwork because Lee acts purely on instinct. In the final moments of his fight with Kimimaro, when the effects of the alcohol started wearing off, Lee became more vulnerable, showing the unstable nature of this style. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.